Hello, this is John Hicks, Executive Director of the National Association of State Budget Officers, or NASBO. I'm pleased to present a brief overview of NASBO's Fall 2018 Fiscal Survey of States. The survey provides information about the 50 states' general fund, the fund where most state governments' tax revenues are collected and spent. The survey includes actual results from fiscal year 2018, the enacted or adopted budgets for fiscal year 2019, and historical information on state general fund spending and revenues. Here are a few key takeaways from the NASBO Fall 2018 Fiscal Survey of States. State general fund spending is budgeted to increase 4.3% for fiscal 2019, with a median growth rate of 3.2%. General fund revenues grew at a surprising 6.4% in fiscal 2018, with 40 states exceeding their original budget projections. States enacted tax and fee changes for fiscal 2019, which are estimated to result in $3.1 billion in additional state revenues. Most states continue to strengthen their rainy day fund reserves. The median rainy day fund balance as a share of general fund spending is expected to rise to 7.3% in fiscal 2019, from a low of 1.6% in 2010. General fund spending trends and enacted appropriation changes. This chart shows the average annual general fund spending growth rate since 2000. Budgeted state spending for fiscal 2019 at 4.3% is slightly higher than the last 3 years. Since the inception of NASBO's Fall Fiscal Survey, the 39-year average spending growth rate is 5.4%. This map reflects the 2019 budgeted general fund spending growth for each state. 44 states enacted general fund spending increases in fiscal 2019, with 20 states at 4% or greater. This time last year, only 35 states budgeted spending increases, with just 11 having increases greater than 4%. States increased budgeted spending or appropriations by $41.1 billion for fiscal 2019, putting more money towards education, Medicaid, and other government services. In contrast, when states enacted their fiscal 2018 budgets last year, they provided appropriation increases of just $12.7 billion. This slide shows the total amount of 50 state general fund spending since fiscal 2008. You can see a gradual increase since 2010. States have budgeted $875 billion in general funds for 2019. The green bar, aligned with the 2018 year, represents what 2008 spending would be in 2018 if it grew at the inflation rate 10 years later. Still, 30 states spent less in 2018 than they did in 2008 when adjusted for inflation. General fund revenue collections and enacted tax policy changes. Fiscal 2018 state general fund revenues improved significantly, increasing by 6.4% over fiscal 2017, an increase of $51 billion after 2 years of minimal growth. The median growth rate for fiscal 2018 was 5.2%. 2018 was also the year that general fund revenues returned to fiscal 2008 levels when adjusted for inflation. Based on actual fiscal 2018 revenues, budgeted 2019 revenues are expected to grow just 2.1%. This percentage growth rate is somewhat stunted due to the higher than expected revenues in 2018. This slide shows general fund revenue growth rates by tax type. In fiscal 2018, personal income tax revenues, the green bar, grew at a median rate of 7.9%. Most states reported an unexpected increase in income tax revenues from non-wage income, with many recognizing the one-time nature of much of this revenue. Sales taxes grew by 4.2%, and corporation income tax grew by 3.3% after 2 years of actual declines. General fund revenues for fiscal 2019 reflect a more modest growth rate, in part due to the higher than expected actual receipts in 2018. Many states are revising their fiscal 2019 revenue estimates at this time, with a number of states already reporting higher than budgeted growth rates. Tax policy was an active legislative area for fiscal 2019 budgets. Many of the changes in the personal and corporate income tax areas were done in combination with responses to federal tax changes under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. In some cases, states used the revenue-raising impacts of their conformity to the new federal tax laws as an opportunity to lower marginal income tax rates. Some states acted specifically to eliminate or reduce the state income tax increases that would be caused by their conformity to the federal tax code. States enacted a mix of tax and fee increases and decreases, resulting in an estimated increase in revenues of $3.1 billion for fiscal 2019, including $2.7 billion in additional general fund revenues. 16 states enacted net increases, and 20 states enacted net revenue decreases. State rainy day funds. A particularly positive trend in state finances in recent years has been the strengthening of reserves, which has been a priority for states since coming out of the Great Recession. The revenue surpluses that took place in fiscal 2018 helped many states continue to bolster their ending balances. 31 states increased their rainy day fund balances in fiscal 2018. These rainy day funds provide states with one tool to limit disruptions to state services and provide flexibility when revenues fall below budgeted estimates. This chart shows the total balances of rainy day fund balances for states covering the last 20 years. Since fiscal 2010, the median rainy day fund balance as a percentage of general fund spending has grown from 1.6% to 6.4% in fiscal 2018, and is expected to rise to 7.3% in fiscal 2019. I hope this overview was helpful. For more information, read a summary of the NASBO Fall 2018 Fiscal Survey of States, or download the full report, both at www.nasbo.org.